Thank you for keeping it here as we go through the brand storytelling series. Today we are on day 4. We're going to talk about real life examples of successful brand storytelling. Before we do that, let's do a recap of the day 3, the power of brand storytelling. We said the power of a good brand story, it must engage emotionally. When you engage emotionally with your target audience, you're able to build trust, you turn customers into loyal fans, and you're able to differentiate yourself in a crowded market. That means you build a competitive edge for yourself, and you're also able to drive business growth and impact because of brand storytelling. So do not underestimate the power of brand storytelling. So let's look at why real life examples matter. Well, we say success leaves clues, and learning from the best helps you refine your own storytelling strategy. Learn from this brand, see how they've positioned themselves, see how they tell the story of the brand. Ask yourself, why do I love this brand? Is it the connection they have with the community? Is it the why behind their business? Is it the purpose of their business? Study that. It will give you clues. Okay, let's look at one famous celebrity called Eliud Kipchoge. This is a legend of our times, and Nike has been able to leverage, the skill and the story and the brand of Eliud Kipchoge since time immemorial. Eliud Kipchoge has proven himself over and over again, and when we look at Eliud Kipchoge, we see resilience, we see perseverance, we see ambition. We learn about breaking barriers, because when Eliud sets his mind to win a marathon, to win a race, he goes for it, and for sure the world definitely comes back celebrating him because they see the journey. Winning the race is part of the story. The story is in the impact. The story is in the legacy. The story is in the inspiration that we draw from watching Eliud, how he does his preparations, how he affirms himself, how he wins heart globally. Everybody celebrates Eliud when he just hits the track, the running track. The whole world is celebrating Eliud Kipchoge. Why? Because his brand story or his brand is so strong that it resonates across. It's broken barriers beyond Kenya, and the world celebrates Eliud Kipchoge. What's the story? Nike tells the stories of perseverance, ambition, and breaking barriers. And the impact is it inspires customers to see themselves as champions. You hear people in the corporate world, you hear mothers tell their children, just do it, just do it, just do it. So there's that relationship between Nike and the resilience and the impact that Eliud Kipchoge carries. No human is limited. And our takeaway is, let's focus on emotional connection, not just the product. It's not just about running, but this running carries a story. This running carries some legacy. This running and victory carries some impact. Safaricom is one of those brands that are very, very strong on telling stories and connecting with community. So what's the story? It emphasizes how mobile technology connects people and transforms lives. I'm leaning towards the Twaweza campaign. That the story was to emphasize how mobile technology connects people and transforms lives. If you watch the videos, if you watch the community projects, you'll see how they have been able to live this particular story through the communities, through connecting and transforming lives and communities in the many ways they have. What's the impact? It has positioned Safaricom as a purpose-driven brand, improving life every single day, everywhere you go, whether at your doorstep, whether you're driving in the countryside, you're driving in the city, you will not miss to see the Safaricom brand, because they are determined to connect with the audience right where they are. What's our takeaway? Leverage technology to create meaningful community impact. All right. So what are you leveraging in your business? What are you leveraging in your personal brand? Let's look at another great personal brand, the story of Hilda Bassi. The world came to a standstill just watching Hilda cooking for hours and hours on end, and finally she won the record. What's the story? She's a Nigerian chef who broke the Guinness World Record for the longest cooking marathon. What's the impact? Storytelling to inspire resilience, culture, and the power of dreams. She spoke about how she began her journey. She brought people together from all over the world. We didn't even know about Hilda Bassi until this momentous event, unfolded right before our eyes. People were camping there with Hilda on site. Others were on social media following through the story. Others were connecting through their televisions. People were talking about Hilda Bassi worldwide. Why? Because of the story of passion, because of her story of resilience, because of her story of following what she really loves to do, and that is cooking. What's our takeaway? Personal brands thrive when they connect deeply with people's aspirations. She indeed did that. We were all inspired by what she did, and many other people started coming up and desiring to do the same. Many more people were impacted into even setting it as a goal and a target to win to win a Guinness World Record. And many people began their own initiatives, some in environment, some in other areas of calling, whether it's music, because they were inspired by Hilda Bassi's story. So it's not a huge brand, it's not a corporate brand, it's not a business brand, it's a personal brand that inspired so many people to also go for the same and do bigger things. All right. Coca-Cola has a proven record when it comes to brand storytelling. Through their campaigns, they focus on bringing people together, fostering joy and refreshing moments. When you see that Coca-Cola, advertisement, when you see that billboard, and you can just feel that refreshing energy coming. You can feel that Coke going down your throat, and it brings people together. When people go for events or ceremonies, and everybody says, just give me Coke, give me Coke, give me Coke, because it brings people together. And what's the impact? Coca-Cola has remained a household name, driving emotional connections with consumers, sparking global conversations, and creating lasting brand loyalty. This is for sure. Everywhere you go, from the village to the cities, Coca-Cola is a renowned brand. People associate with Coca-Cola in so many ways. And I remember there's a time they had personalized names on the bottles. Imagine going to purchase Coca-Cola, and you purchasing it for a friend or a relative, a loved one, with their own names. How nice, having that sense of belonging. And that's part of brand storytelling. When you connect with your target audience to the core, to where they are, when you can meet them to where they are, you have actually nailed it. And Coca-Cola has been a leader in this for so many years. So this is a brand that we can learn from when it comes to the power of story or brand storytelling. What's our takeaway? Brands that prioritize emotional storytelling, cultural relevance, and consumer engagement can build a strong, lasting connection with your audience while continuously evolving to stay relevant. So how do you apply this to your brand? You need to define your brand's unique story, identify the emotions you want to evoke. Is it emotions of happiness? Is it emotions of togetherness? Is it emotions of competition, being a champion? What kind of emotions do you want your brand to evoke? Have you ever thought about it? Have you ever asked people what they feel when they purchase your product, when they purchase your services? Have you ever done that survey to really get how your brand resonates with the market? If you haven't, this is a good opportunity and a time for you to do exactly that. So create relatable real-life narratives, engage your audience through compelling content. And when you talk about engaging your audience through compelling content, we are talking about utilizing social media tools and the features available. We have quizzes, we have question and answer, we have direct questions, we have DMs where you ask your community to actually engage with you. You get to ask questions, get to do surveys, and you get their feedback, all right? So keep storytelling at the heart of your brand strategy. It is very important. So get ready for day 5 as we do mastering multi-platform storytelling. This you don't want to miss. So what's our reflection today? The question is, what story is your brand telling? Building resilience, happiness, telling the story of community engagement, being a champion? Is it telling the story of being authentic? What's the story? Go back, look at Nike, look at Apple, look at Safaricom, look at Coca-Cola, look at Equity Bank. What story are they telling? And how can you tell the story of your brand? How can you make it more impactful? we are looking at impact. Impact means, first of all, resonating with your target market. Impact means filling the gaps that there are in the market. If you can fill the gaps there are in the market, people resonate more with what you have to offer. Impact means that when people think of a need they have, they think about your brand over your competition. That's impact and that's legacy. Then what practical steps will you take to refine and amplify your brand story? Go back to the first day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. Go and day 4, look at what pointers, what things you can pick out, and start executing, because I have shared practical steps all through how you can be able to tell your story. All right. So what's our conclusion today? By crafting compelling narratives that connect with your audience's emotions, you can build stronger brand loyalty and drive positive change. Tomorrow, day 5, we'll look at brand storytelling across multiple social media platforms. You don't want to miss that. In the meantime, thank you for sharing your feedback. I want to hear more, and just put them there. Don't be shy to indicate your feedback. That also helps other people in the community to get to know, what other people think, their opinions. So please share your feedback and let me know how your brand storytelling is going. All right.